Kootenai Health is the Kootenai County Hospital. It was established a long time ago, before I even got here, and it is a public hospital. So it was created and owned by the citizens and taxpayers of Kootenai County. But the hospital is looking to go private. Here is an FAQ from their website. So what they're trying to do with this FAQ is argue somehow that it's beneficial for the taxpayers to give up the investment. Now, Kootenai Health, which used to be Kootenai Medical Center, so sometimes I'm going to call it KMC, they used to draw on the taxes. In fact, there's still a line on your property tax bill, which you're getting now that the election's over. And it will show that there's zero. And it wasn't, I think the late 1990s was the last time they took property taxes. And they have the authority to take property taxes. They have an elected board. And I think that's the root of the problem here. So in this FAQ, they're talking about what the advantages are and why they want to go. And will it be important? And oh my gosh, it's going to be so wonderful for the community. Kootenai Health is one of the largest employers, if not the largest employers in the county. And they are a tremendous asset to have this huge hospital here. Now, they want to go private, and I think it's for one reason. Regardless of all the bullshit you're reading in the FAQ, the reason they want to go private is because they fear these people. And with good reason. The Central Committee has shown exactly how it can destroy a valuable institution by what it's done to North Idaho College. And obviously the people who like the hospital and want to keep the hospital here and have it fully functional do not want some ass clown, or 4 or 5 of them, from the Central Committee suddenly sitting on the board of Kootenai Health. That would be disastrous for the entire community. And on that subject, I agree. But in the bigger picture, the hospital is a public asset. And the board, which isn't all elected, by the way, there are appointed members of the board, so they appoint their own members. Boy, talk about groupthink. They want to be defensive, and they're saying, oh no, we're just going to knuckle under to staff, which is, they do it better than a lot of other boards in town, I'll tell you. And take the damn thing private. Now, to me, that's rude. I think that's a public hospital. It's owned by the public. It's been paid for by the public. It's been supported by the public. And if there's going to be a decision made to take the hospital private, it should be a public decision put on a ballot in a general election for a public vote. Should Kootenai Health go nonprofit? And you should get some decent representation on the board. I attended one board meeting. Right before COVID, I attended a board meeting, and I got to tell you, I was really underwhelmed. It was sad. There's not a lot of good representation on that board, which explains why when they held this forum, when the Republican women held a forum, no one from the board showed up. Well, one guy showed up. One of the Central Committee guys showed up. I'm an elected official. I go wherever I'm invited. And I think all elected officials should. That's your obligation to the public. And if you don't, then resign. Seriously. I've been invited to speak to the John Bircher Society, and I did. And I've been invited to speak to Antifa, and I did. I go where I'm asked to go because I'm an elected official, and I'm going to do that. That's my obligation. And it's shameful that they didn't show up, that the board cowered out of this, because it's our damn hospital.